Are you recording?
I will in a moment.
Sorry.
Good evening, dear friends. It's great to have all of you. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's. And we've got a great show planned. I'm going to go ahead and start playing our opening video. But let's drop into our moment of silence first, honoring the Global Silent Minute. Thank you, everybody, for that moment of peace. Welcome, and we're going to start the show.
What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's night, everybody. Greetings to all who are in the Zoom room, all who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, and all who are watching the recording. It's going to be a beautiful night of love. You know, one of the things that I often say as a love coach is I've noticed this shift from everybody searching for their soulmate to searching for their community. And tonight we're going to learn about multiple communities. Certainly the Global Peace Tribe community is beautiful. We're going to learn all about the Holo movement. And I'm really delighted because we've got three of the core members of the Holo movement with us, including Laura Rose and her husband, Emmanuel, and their beloved Mariko. And so we're going to learn all about this very extraordinary organization. I love what they're doing, and it's something that everyone watching should become a part of the Holo movement. Now, it's Valentine's night, and I got to say, I've just got the greatest Valentine blessing in the world because Kristen Hoffman is with us live. And I love this woman. I know our audience loves and adore her. Kristen's one of those people, everyone loves Kristen. So having Kristen with us on Valentine's night is very, very special. And we also have a new friend, Scarlett Lewis, who's with us. And I've heard amazing things about Scarlett. She has an extraordinary story, and she is truly an embodiment of love, as you're all going to learn later on in the evening. DR is with us, and possibly Desiree will be with us for prayer time and demonstrating love as a couple, because we still enjoy being in a coupleship is wonderful. Boy, it could be hard. And we've got with us Liam and Heidi. Heidi is one of my dear friends I've known for, I think, 20 years. And her beloved Liam has recently had a heart transplant. And we're going to hear about their extraordinary story of love and dedication. And Fanny and Vigari are with us. Again, what a Valentine's night spectacular. We've got so many people we love and adore. And so Fanny and Vigari are with us, and we're really excited about that. And for any of you who don't know, we like to start our show with music. So I'm going to turn it over to our house musical artist, the irrepressible man who we also love. Everybody loves Omar Shar and his music. So happy Valentine's evening, brother.
So happy Valentine's Day. You said irrepressible. I was thinking irascible, but I'm not too sure if that's actually a word, but I just made it up anyway. So right now, put on your headphones, turn up your volumes to 11, and let's feel that love.
And now I'm singing. Feel the love. Feel the love come tumbling down. Feel the love and let it turn you around. Turn you around. We're singing. Feel the love. Feel the love come tumbling down. Feel the love and let it turn you around. Turn you around. You looked into my eyes. You spoke only truth. I found I couldn't live with myself until I opened to you. Open to you. So now I'm doing the right thing. It's doing the right thing. It's the only way I know. And I'm not ashamed of myself. I'm just going with the flow. Going with the flow and singing. And feel the love. And feel the love come tumbling down. And feel the love. And let it turn you around. Turn you around. We're singing. Feel the love. Feel the love come tumbling down. Feel the love. And let it turn you around. Turn you around. Now about this new feeling here in my heart, I won't let it leave me. I won't let us part. I've been waiting a long time for you to enter my life, and now I'm with you forever. I'm with you forever and singing. Feel the love.
Let's go to gallery view and give some love to Omashar. Perfect opening song.
Thank you. Looking forward. Love you all. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much, brother. That was awesome. You know, when you hit that first chord, I said, oh, I know what song this is.
Right.
Like, perfect. And thank you, everybody, for moving and grooving and dancing.
Yeah.
I want to let people know. Oh, look at all those hearts coming from Scarlett. Thank you, Scarlett. So I want to let people know we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. Just want to prepare you. In a little while, we are going to go into breakout rooms. This is a Laura Rose request. And so I just want to let everybody know I'm kind of going to be building the breakout rooms. I'm going to try and make sure that every room has at least 1 or 2 people with their cameras on and have people who are leaders, natural leaders, to kind of do it. But just want to let you know that so everybody can kind of be prepared. And it's going to be fun and a little bit different than something that we've done. We haven't done breakout rooms in a few years. So thank you, Laura, for the suggestion. And speaking of Laura, we are going to be learning all about the Holo movement. It's a wonderful global gathering. I was fortunate to be at their kickoff event in Sedona, and they do a big retreat once a year, and they're doing amazing things. But rather than me sharing right now, we're going to meet the founders. But before that, we have a very special video to introduce you to the Holo movement.
We have entered an extraordinarily rare interval in human history, a choice point in our collective journey, a space between the past and the future where the lives of countless generations ahead will be profoundly impacted by the choices we make now.
I believe it is both subtle and large, and something else so extraordinary that there's almost no name for it, because a new human species is ready to emerge.
Participation in this transformation involves collective attention and communication on a planetary scale. This creates coherence and clarity of direction. Simply put, it is the Holo movement in motion.
It is the great universal source itself, herself, ourselves. It says it is time to wake up now. It is time to do and be what you were born to do and be.
Movement, follow, just follow that. You're muted, Scott.
Thank you. Let's just take a moment, to have a minute to really feel into the beauty of this vision that we are all a part of, whether we know it or not. And hopefully we'll all know it a little bit more after tonight. Yeah, that was also, of course, our dear Keishi Chai dancing. Of course, she's been a regular on this show many, many times. And it's now my pleasure to introduce my co-host for the evening. And it's the first time she's co-hosted with me on The Awakening World. And let me tell you a little bit about the co-creator of the Holo Movement. And this is Laura Rose. She is a passionate empowerment specialist, very much dedicated to the development and support of building leaders through cultural exchange, mentorship, public speaking, and philanthropy. Many of you watching right now, and definitely you, are all part of those leaders that are being called forward to work with Laura in the Holo Movement. She's also the co-founder of Purpose Earth. For those of you that are regulars, you know we've highlighted Purpose Earth once a year. We highlight some of the grantee projects. And so she's been working worldwide. And she really especially mentors people in grassroots projects that provide creative solutions to their communities. She serves on the boards of the Jesse Lewis Choose Love movement, which we're going to learn a lot about tonight. And also, she is the universe, which gives voice to young women around the globe. She's the recipient of the 2023 Visioneers Heroines of Humanity Award and many, many other awards as well. She's an extraordinary woman. Welcome to The Awakening World, co-hostess Laura.
Oh, Scott, thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. And it's just such an honor to be here with the Global Peace Tribe tonight and to be a part of this wonderful celebration of love and just honoring what that means in all of its forms. And I just want to go back, harken back for a minute to that exquisite video we just saw. And that video was a creative collaboration with the amazing Kristen Hoffman, whose beautiful singing is just a part. She wrote the melody for that and worked so hard with Emmanuel Kunselman, with Rhiannon Catalyst, and the voices of Jean Houston and Dwayne Elgin, who's our wisdom elders are also represented there. And that extraordinary moment was captured on stage in Asheville last year at the Holo Movement Wave, which was an exquisite event and a lot of that had to do with Mariko Pitts, who you'll be meeting in a few minutes, our incredible producers. I just want to honor the richness of that video and to say that I think we have another video coming up in just a minute, Scott, because I'd love to just, people ask us all the time, so what is the Holo Movement? And in 3 simple minutes, we're going to show a 3-minute video that was created by the amazing Danette Holman, Wolpert Holman. She just got married and still getting used to her new name. And in collaboration with our whole team at the Holo Movement. So I'm going to ask you to put it on because I think it'll be a really great way before we jump into the panel and get to know our panelists tonight, just to get to understand the Holo Movement a little bit better.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Beginning.
Breaking news. Science and spirituality are back on the same team. Our ancestors and universal experience have always known it to be true. And now, science confirms everything is connected. This is the dawn of the Holo Movement. Coined by American physicist David Bohm, a contemporary of Einstein, Holo Movement defines our universe as a living, interconnected whole. In 2022, Nobel Prize-winning physicists further validated this concept of universal oneness, bridging ancient spiritual wisdom with modern science. Embracing a path from me to we to all as one The Holo movement is a beacon for transforming our worldview. It's a social movement calling for unity, not uniformity, that inspires action for the collective well-being of humanity and our planet. Science gives us the formula E equals HF. In the Holo movement, it's key to understanding how together we'll reach a global tipping point for change. E symbolizes the impact of our actions, the thriving world that works for all. H, Planck's constant, represents our collective action for the greater good. F stands for the frequency of our consciousness, how spiritually tuned in we are to higher frequencies of love, compassion, and oneness. This formula reveals how through higher frequency consciousness and collective actions for good, we can create a world that works for all. Real-life change is ignited through holons, groups of passionate people united in purpose. These dynamic collectives drive collaboration, fostering a vast network that amplifies impact and accelerates positive change on a global scale. With just 3.5% of the population, movements like this one can reshape societies. Imagine the power of 280 million people contributing their unique skills and passions to group efforts for the common good. The scale tips, and we have a world of peace, abundance, and joy. Beyond religion, race, or politics, we're united in harmony with all life on Earth. Science and spirituality now show us that together, we are the architects of a thriving future. Each of us a vital part of the holistic change we wish to see. What's your role in the whole? Tune in to your higher calling and take action. Be the change. Join the movement.
Woohoo! Fantastic. Thank you.
I couldn't say it better in 20 minutes, but I think that we did a really good job putting that little video together. So thank you, Danette. She's the founder of Illuminate Film Festival and an amazing friend and a long-term collaborator with the Holo movement. So
Danette's been on the show many times, of
and-
course, because we always highlight the Illuminate Film Festival. And I've had the pleasure of staying with her in Sedona, and we love Danette. She's awesome.
yeah, it's lovely to be with her and here in Sedona. So we're neighbors and get to hang out together, which is really nice. And now what I'm really excited about is introducing this incredible panel that we have tonight. And actually, all three of these extraordinary people are part of the Holo movement, because Scarlett Lewis, who I am so honored to be introducing tonight, has been an integral part of our organization since the beginning and is our movement, and is such an extraordinary human being who comes to us through the Choose Love movement, and through tragedy, she is with us here. She gave her little boy up through Sandy Hook, who saved the lives of 9 children before he died. And that little boy has inspired so much extraordinary work on the part of this amazing woman who I have the great pleasure to know and work with, and I'm so looking forward to all of you hearing from her tonight. She has touched the lives of countless, thousands, if not millions of people. And I'm also super happy to introduce the amazing Mariko Pitts. She is the core synergist of the Holo movement with so many skills. I can't even keep track of everything she does and creates, but she is a mover and a shaker and creates some really beautiful events, which we'll be talking about later, and is the inspiration behind so much of what we do at the Holo movement. And last but not least, my life partner and my Valentine, the amazing Emmanuel Kunzelman, who I fell in love with on a bus on the way to the pyramids of Teotihuacan 35, 36, 36 years ago. And he has been my mentor, my inspiration, the love of my life, and the creator of anything that I've touched. He's touched 10 times more deeply. So we've got a beautiful, beautiful group of panelists tonight. And since it's Valentine's Day, I think maybe we should start with a question about not the Hallmark version of love, but that love that is that universal force that moves within all of us. And so I'd really like to ask all of you, what does that mean to each of you right now? And I'm going to start with you, Mariko.
It is so good to be here with you all. I didn't know it was going to be the really fun evening on Valentine's Day. I mean, this is a really great way to celebrate this. And okay, love, and this force. What is it really? You know, I see love as, you know, it's a funny, interesting day. It's like, yeah, it's all about the hearts and relationships and things like that. But it really is. I really strongly believe that it's the fabric of existence. We're talking about the vibrational frequency of life itself. And if people really have the education and understanding of what that means and how to utilize love and as a force, like when you're in love, what happens when you're in love? It's just like natural. It's like breathing. Like you breathe in, you breathe out. You inhale, you exhale. It's action. There's a conscious action. There's something there's a ripple effect that happens immediately when you're in that love frequency. And it's amazing that we all get to really have this feeling, and a lot of the world is sitting in this, you know, it's a love day. But to really dive into what love is, I think it's just extraordinary. And then the biggest thing is to practice that on a day-to-day. Like, how do we be in love? And then more of the time. And that's a choice. And love is just a choice every moment. And I think that's the biggest thing the takeaway out of anything. The power that we have as, you know, as beings here is that we get to choose in every moment love and have the ripple effect.
Here. That's beautiful, Mariko. So beautiful. And Manuel, do you want to add any words to that? The universal force of love.
Yeah, well, it's lovely to be here tonight. I'll say that. So thank all of you lovely souls, Scott, the Awakening World, Omashar, all of you who put this together every week, and all the love you put into it. And we're honored to be here and share the love tonight with all of you. And yeah, as Mariko so eloquently said, and it's already been said in the opening song, we come from the same source, a powerful love force. That's pretty clear. But as we delve deeper into that, we find it has an unlimited depth and meaning to the love source of the universe. What higher force, what more powerful influence on human behavior could ever be than the love source of the universe itself? And as we look at this and move beyond just an emotional concept that is beautiful in itself, and certainly something that we all share, not only today on Valentine's, but hopefully every day of the year with our loved ones, and we think about the depth and meaning of true cosmic love force consciousness. I think the way to collectively feel that is to be part of the whole, to take the deep dive into the oneness of the universe, that interconnectivity that the video talked about, because the universe literally is one. It's interconnected instantaneously beyond space and time. And that field of connection is love itself. And as we evolve in our own lives throughout time, and we begin to understand that we're not separate from this whole, but very much a part of it and always will be, and we gain little by little this consciousness of the whole, we can ascend, dive into, recognize ourselves as part of the cosmic connection of the true love of the universe. Not just one person, not one family, one nation, not even one planet Earth. The universe itself, the collective love that brought us here and to which we shall return. So that is the way we can truly experience the depths and meaning of universal love.
Wow, beautiful. I don't think I know anybody who has more capacity for love than Scarlett Lewis. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject, Scarlett.
Thanks, Laura, and thank you so much, everyone. New friends, especially on Valentine's Day. How wonderful! Thank you for having me. And you know, I couldn't say it better than Mariko and Emmanuel, but I do want to talk about the availability of love. As Mariko said, it is a choice, and as Emmanuel said, it's something that connects us all as human beings. And I don't think I realized to that extent until I suffered my tragedy. I will tell you that I came home after that day, having my 6-year-old son murdered in his first grade classroom, and found a message that he had left on my kitchen chalkboard. He had written sometime shortly before 3 words: nurturing, healing, love. And I have to say, it was like a lightning bolt that went through me. I realized that love was the solution for everything, for my own personal healing. It was something that I realized in the moment that the young man that perpetrated the crime was lacking. And when we don't have love, connection, and belonging, we suffer. And the fact of the matter is, as Mariko said, it's a choice, and available to all of us. This is why I created this formula here, a lot for myself and my my older son. The courage that Jesse showed, and being grateful for what you have, even in that time. I had so much to be grateful for. We know through science that gratitude fortifies us from the inside out, making us stronger and more resilient. Forgiving, because as Emmanuel said, I was one with Adam Lanza, who was the perpetrator. He was suffering. And when one person suffers, we all suffer. And so forgiving him from having pain and having no other understanding or skills but to release that pain onto other people, I was able to release my own pain, and then compassion for him and for those like him, for myself, and also being able to share what I've learned with the world. I just want to reiterate the availability, that it's always there, that it connects everything, and it's simply a choice, even in the darkest depths of experience that we have on earth, because there is a lot of pain and we see it every day. There's always love that's available to counteract the anger and the hatred, all a mask for fear. So that is love. That is the authentic power of love.
Mm. So beautiful, Scarlett. So profound. And I'd love to stay with you for just a minute and to talk about, you have the most compelling and moving story of anyone I know. And when I think about you and the work that you're doing in the world, what do you see as the greatest barriers to finding love in people's hearts? When you work in the schools, when you work with prisons, when you work with businesses, when you get the phone calls from the schools that ask you to talk to the shooters, what is that barrier? What is it that you see?
Well, in one word, it's fear, for sure. I think we and we even experienced it, ourselves following the tragedy, going back into the schools, fear of other people and their pain and what they're going through, and believing that there is separation and that we're not worthy and that we're not enough, not only to sit with someone's pain, but the people in pain are feeling the same thing. And I think that that further drives people apart. And I truly believe that if we can be able to identify the light of humanity that is within all of us, shining bright, and be present for it, pay attention to it, pull that out of each other because it's there. Even if we put on a gruff exterior armor, a mask, because we don't feel our worth. I believe if we had the courage to be with other people in pain, we could understand that that they're not so different from us, that we too feel pain, and actually pain is an incredible connector. And I think that it's very overlooked. There are lots of lessons and opportunities for growth from pain. And I have credibility when I say that. I literally was drop kicked out of my comfort zone into my growth zone. And in order to not be victimized for the rest of my life, in order to model for my older son how to move through this tragedy with strength and grace, I needed to really push the envelope of my own personal understanding. And I came upon what the Holo movement and David Baum and the message that you all are spreading, that really we need to start seeing ourselves in each other and realizing, and there's science behind this as well, that when we have the courage to help and reach out to one another, we actually help and heal ourselves. Imagine a world that understands that. And that's exactly what we're teaching in classrooms and prisons. I say pre-K to prisons all around the world is how to choose love, even in the most difficult circumstances.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. So speaking of Bohm, I want to move to you, Emmanuel, and to talk about, if you talk to us about how this theory of the implicate and the explicate and the holo movement between the two, how is that tied together by love? And how can we manifest that in our daily lives?
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, just a few words about David Bohm and his theory of quantum physics that he first proposed over 70 years ago now, in 1951. Bohm took a new approach to understanding physics, And he realized that the physical world that we can see, measure, sense, is just a fraction of the energy in the universe. Today, we know that it may only be 5 to 7% of the energy in the universe that we can measure or study. And Bohm came to the conclusion then that there must be this enormous quantum field that is yet undiscovered, guiding everything in the universe. And he called that field the implicate order. And he said that is where the universe is coded with information, that a wave comes out of the implicate order and manifests itself as the explicate order, the real world that we live in today. And thus there were immense hidden variables that had to be somehow taken into account to give a plausible explanation of the nature of the universe. The hidden variables, the quantum field, the implicate order. And it was also shown in his original theory that in order to do this, the notion of entanglement or non-locality had to work to make this field be able to influence everything at all times. And later, and the quantum physicists that were mentioned in that video, there were 3 of them that got the Nobel Prize in 2022, which was the year that inspired the book we wrote about the Holo movement and launching it, because it proved without any doubt that interconnectivity is real, beyond space and time, instantaneous communication with the core source of the universe, with our hearts and souls. Now, Bohm himself never really waxed so lovingly as to say that that implicate order source was love, but I'm sure he felt that way. And in his later life, his work with Krishnamurti and the Dalai Lama and consciousness studies, he understood that and felt it very clearly. So, we have this implicate, explicate, and it sounds somewhat dualistic, but Bohm, the main thing he said in his whole life was dedicated to the notion of physics as undivided wholeness, a universal flow of oneness. That is the true nature of the universe. And then Bohm, in his book, Wholeness in the Implicate Order, pondered, so how does that become one and is not dualistic? And he said there is a constant interweaving flow between the implicate and the explicate. And he coined the term holo movement. So it is our connection to the source and the source to us. And we flow back and forth. And it is our mission in life to do everything we can to better understand how this flow works for all of us so we can share it with others. So that is, in practical terms, what we're doing here is we're tracking the flow of the whole, bringing it home in our hearts, and then sharing it out with others to create a grand human community of oneness and sharing the love across all dimensions, space and time, in an instant, in this moment, here and now.
It's beautiful. Interconnectivity is real. That's so beautiful. I want to go to Mariko. Mariko, as a core catalyst of the Holo movement, you're working at the intersection of community, coherence, and collaboration. How do you help people move from love to embodying that in their daily action? What are you doing?
Well, thank you for that question. There's a lot of ways to go at that, but I do think it really, even what Emmanuel was just discussing around the implicate and the explicit, it really does start within. And before community in a field is expressed or there's harmony and coherence, you really have to choose love. And I keep coming back to that. It is a choosing every moment. And I think if more people were educated and they understand what we're talking about when we say, what is love? There are biological things that are happening when you're in the frequency of love. I mean, coherence, the heart is smoother and its beat, heart rate variability is stronger, inflammation is down. Literally, if you actually know what is happening when you're in the feeling of love, these are things that are measured. How amazing it is, how healthy your immune system is, cortisol is down. These things, people would be like, why am I not doing this all the time? Like, because when you're in that, you're literally in your highest potential, and then you're radiating your higher potential. And people don't realize that literally it's all connected. And when I'm choosing in that moment to be in love, I am radiating love, and then connections are stronger, coherence is stronger, fields are stronger. And so in the Holy Moment, it really is about first that practice. And then it's like, okay, really, are you in a spiritual practice? Are you in love? Can you be love, then radiate more love, and then move into collaboration with others, build community. But to be and to envision, we all have these amazing visions of what the world could be like if we're in love more of the time. Well, we have to practice being in love more of the time. And there's a lot of reasons, the world being on this planet makes it, and what's going on, in the world makes it very difficult to choose love all the time. But that's the practice. We're in the master school of Earth. That's what we're here to do. I mean, I always say, in communities and in our work, it's global, right? We work all over the place. And languages, I don't speak a lot of languages, but one thing that is the main language of the Holy Movement is action. And to be in a physical form, I tend to believe I'm one of those where it's like, I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And if you really understand that being in a human experience, being in a physical reality, that's the language of the physical reality is action. That's it. So it's how do we act and how do we work together? And I think having that understanding, and it starts with love and that self-love, and then it radiates, is a huge deal. Everything else falls into place when you're in love. It's not much to really think about. It just rolls, it flows. It's that interconnected flow that Emmanuel was just discussing.
Here, here. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I wish we had more time for everybody. I want to go back to Scarlett for just a minute. And Scarlett, just want to hear from you. What have children taught you about the simplicity and the essence of love in your work?
I want to continue what Mariko was saying on love as a choice, because interestingly enough, and not easy, because our brains are wired for defense and even attack, defense of ourselves. Our brain's number one job is to keep us safe, and so that has us focusing on fear. And this is why we call it a heroic choice, because we need to choose love in the face of that. And it's funny because I'll tell you just a little incident. When I go in and I talk to really young kids and I ask them, what do you think that somebody who's being mean feels? They say sad, tired, hungry, this innate compassion, because we're not born with fear. We learn fear. So you get them really young and they just understand this. And I have to wonder, all of our experiences and all of our hurts, and they just pile up, and the fear that we're taught, the fear that we gain to the time when we're adults, and we look at somebody's behavior or how they look, and we're judging them, and we're considering them separate from us, different than we are. And so working with kids is a beautiful thing, because it reminds me that that is who we really are. We were born understanding what David Bohm showed us, and began to understand that we are one. We can move away from that when we get older. And then, of course, we join together in groups like this and try to relearn how to understand that that truly love is a choice and always available to us, and that it's our true essence. Our true essence is this, what you saw on Mariko's face when she was explaining what you feel. And I will just add that love is not just a feeling, it is also an ability. It is an ability that we can learn. You know, we can learn to hate. We're not born hating. We learn to hate. And if we can learn to hate, we can be taught to love. And it happens to be an ability that can be strengthened over time. And so, and I will tell you that there isn't mastery. It is just a continuous effort. And of course, the outcome is very much worth it.
Hear, hear. Yeah, it is so worth it, isn't it? It's the most important thing for all of us. And I wish we could talk much longer, but I want to thank Emmanuel, Scarlett, and Mariko for their wisdom, for their grace, for their love, for their commitment to the work that they carry out in the world, and just to say an enormous thanks. And we're going to have a chance to ask them a few questions and make some comments. But before that, I did make a special request tonight. I asked if we could have a chance to share a little bit. So Scott very kindly said that he would give in to an unusual request to go into some breakouts. And what we'd really like to talk about tonight is to have the opportunity for us to share in groups of about 5, right, Scott? Something
Yeah,
like that.
so I've been creating breakout rooms while you've been chatting. And actually, Laura, I do want to read a few of the comments that have come in from our audience.
Oh, fantastic. I haven't been following them. Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. But I'd like
Yeah.
to read them for all of the people watching on Zoom. There's a question, and I think maybe we won't answer it right now, but Dorina Joy does have a question about why schools have become such a target for mass shootings. Oh, and I see that Scarlett, well, okay, so Scarlett answered that already. So Scarlett wrote, because the kids are in so much pain and they aren't being taught how to learn from, how to grow through and be strengthened by it. Thus, they are being defined by it.
You know, that's a beautiful response. And Scarlett and I were talking the other night on the phone, and another thing that she and I talked about, and what she brought up, because she had just been called about a terrible shooting in Canada. And the conversation was around being seen or feeling invisible. And that so many children, so many young people, so many people feel invisible. They don't feel that anybody is seeing them, understanding them, loving them. And it's a cry out to say, see me, please see me, right? So one of the things that we focus on in the Hola movement is this extraordinary loneliness that so many people are feeling right now. And really focusing on how can we help people to feel seen, to become a part of a community that matters, and to embrace that love that then gives us the potential to put our arms around the planet. It's a beautiful question. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to read just a few comments and then we'll go to breakout rooms. Dia Therese writes, Scarlett, you're blowing me away with your extraordinary expression of what I aspire to embody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much love. Zach reminds us that love is a verb. Dia also wrote to you, Emmanuel. She said, wow, Emmanuel, you are so well spoken. I've been trying to get Bohm's implicate and explicit orders, both his book, etc., in time. In a short time, you captured the preciousness of David's contribution to this time of holo moving. She just created a word for you. Thank you tons. Carol, just reminding us children are amazingly resilient. Carol's a teacher that you'll enjoy talking to. And she writes that David Bohm was an early hero of mine, joining theoretical science and spirituality. I spent life on the journey of personal growth and development in this area. Susan Blomquist writes, this is such a lovely description of our flowing universe. And Reverend Jeffrey points out that Nassim Harriman has finished a work that proves that David Bohm was wrongly criticized. And it puts the link where we can find that at SpaceFed. And then I think this will be the last one I'll read. It's from Ayada. Actually, I'm going to read two more. Ayada writes, Scarlett, I so agree about the importance of us being there for people in pain. Truly, that includes every one of us, because we all have times of pain. But some have deeper, more traumatic pain than others, and most are alone with it. And that's where we see violence and terrible things playing out. We currently do have the resources to begin teaching about this in all of our educational systems. It's a matter of will, of enough people deciding this must change now. And the last one that I'm going to read is from Andrew and Connie. They write, Scarlett is a blessed being seeing life from the high frequency beyond good, evil, victim, perpetrator, with a real life story to ground it into reality, to inspire others to take that big leap. So thank you, everybody.
Those are beautiful, Scott. Thank you for sharing.
I need to do a couple of adjustments because what happens is people come in and out. So I'm going to make a couple of adjustments to the breakout rooms while you describe, Laura, what the plan is for the breakout rooms.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to be doing is we'll be moving into groups of about 5, and we'll have around 3 minutes each to just share. And what we're going to talk about tonight is how each of us has, at some point in our lives, chosen, just a sharing of how we've chosen love over anger, of changing that moment where we've caught ourselves. You know, that moment where you're so angry about something that you want to lash out, or you want to do something that is in your heart to do, but you know that if you stop, if you think about it, that it will make all the difference in the world. So in your sharing, if you can think of just an example, and maybe it's not even your own example, it might be somebody you know. But when we've shifted, that is, as Scarlett teaches, shifting that every negative thought to a positive one, and how can we shift our own reactions to a positive one, and what have we done to do that? So we're going to move into groups of 5-ish. And we'll each have about 3 minutes. Scott, are you going to put up a little timer to say shift, or
yeah, I
should we
will.
just...
I will send every 3 minutes a message.
Okay.
And hang on one second. I'm still. We had a few changes, so that's what I'm working on here.
And we will be together for about 15 minutes total. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
And I want
And
to.
so,
I want to read, I am going to ask the following people to be just kind of the chair people for their room. So for room number 1, Emmanuel, if you'd be willing to be the chairperson. For room 2, Diara. For room 3, Omashar. For room 4, Scarlett. For room 5, Marie. For room 6, Reverend Jeffrey. Room 7, Kristen. Room 8, Laura. Room 9, Liam and Heidi. Room 10, Lorna Sass. And room 11, Susan Woolridge. So
wonderful. So one more thing. This is also an opportunity for us to practice deep listening. So as we're going around our little breakout room, just really listen in to each person and allow them to have the full space of that moment. And then we'll switch to the next when we get the sign from Scott.
Some rooms are going to have 4 people, and some are going to have 5. That's just kind of how it's worked out with people kind of coming in. I think some people might have gotten a little bit shy about doing this. So I think a few people have said, "Oh, gotta go."
Uh-oh.
It's okay. So I am now going to open all the rooms, and I will send messages to everybody and add people accordingly. So everybody, you need to click which room you are joining. Amushar's laughing, not sure why, but everybody make sure you click to join your room. You're getting a prompt that says join your room. So quite a few of you still need to click join room. Patricia, Pam and Lee, Sophia, a lot of the people whose cameras are off, please join your rooms. But even if you are eating dinner, just listening in, yeah. And I guess what I'll do for those of you who haven't clicked, Patricia, I did have you in a room. I'm gonna have to, yeah, so there are a lot of people who have not joined, so I'm gonna need to do a little shifting around a little bit here. So let's see, I'm gonna move Jerry to room 5. And Omashar, I'm gonna also move to room 5. Patricia, do you want to be in a room, Patricia? I'm not sure, you haven't joined. For the rest of you, if you can join your rooms, it would be wonderful. Hi, Jazzy. You got your bed right here. It's kind of sweet. Um, Hello, everybody. If anybody's come in late, we are in breakout rooms right now. Charlotte, hi.
Hi, can I go back in the room I was in?
Okay, I was moving people around just to try and balance out because not
I
everybody.
appreciate, but they're in the middle of a whole conversation and I'm missing the conversation I was in.
Okay.
Is that okay? Sorry,
Um,
Scott.
which room were you in?
I think I was in 8.
Who are you with?
Laura, I think, was the
Okay.
host.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Just because I feel like we've started a journey together, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh gosh, now why isn't it letting me?
And if it doesn't, that's okay.
Well, you know what? It's weird. It's not letting me now add people, which is strange.
Hmm.
Um, wow. Um, it's
It's
almost
a
like,
big group to do Zoom rooms with for sure.
oh, it's a pain. Uh,
Yeah. It's
but
always
yeah,
challenging.
you know what? Whereas I'm not seeing the place now where I can add people.
Hmm.
In other words, the way that it normally does.
Right.
Ah, shoot.
See. Can you
Yeah.
go into the breakout room settings?
I'm gonna do that. Well, hang on. I gotta let people know time to switch.
Switch.
I see on the upper left of my screen the 4 boxes which says join breakout room. You could do that yourself, Charlotte, and then Scott can guide you into the room, I think.
Oh, good. Yeah, thank you very much for that. So do you see, Charlotte, where you can join a room?
I can only join the room you assigned me to,
Well,
which
okay, do that and I'll move you. So what room is
okay.
that?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
What
All right,
room,
we
what room
figured
did
it
I
out.
assign you to?
Okay, 6.
Okay, I'll move you back to, I'll move you back. Oh, shit.
Hey, Scott, I'm fine. This is Joanne. I'll just hold tight until everybody
Oh,
comes back. I just joined, so I'm fine. I won't jump into the middle of a room.
yeah. Is it showing any place where you can join a room
Um,
in
let's
the
see.
in the
Where would it be? Just curious.
by taking a look in your upper right-hand corner, are there little
Oh, okay.
dots?
The three little dots. Let's
Yeah,
see.
click that.
Auto frame adjust background sheet. Actually not. No, it doesn't. It's not an option.
Yeah, it's funny. It's not letting me add new people coming in. So, okay,
Probably.
man. Well, I will ask you the question that everybody's asking. We'll see. Right. Um, and that is, what does love mean to you in this Valentine's Day, and
Oh,
what are actions that we can take that are actions of love?
well, that's a lovely question. I wonder if anybody else even wants to join, but we can talk.
Yeah, going to
Oh
be
my
periodically
gosh.
sending a broadcast letting people know when to change.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, what's alive for you with that?
Oh gosh. Well, it's just like a real somatic felt sense of just being so full, full of high vibration, joy, and expansion of such goodwill, kindness, all the aspects of all the arms of love.
Yeah.
There's so many arms of love. And, it's a state. It doesn't even feel like an emotion to me. It feels like a state, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would say. What about you?
Well, as a love coach, I get that asked all the time, what is love?
Yeah,
And
that would be,
at,
yeah.
at this stage in my reality, in my life's journey, I firmly believe that the highest form of love is compassion, and
Mm.
that the practical application of compassion is radical acceptance. When we can have radical acceptance for ourselves, for each other, for what has happened in our life, this is, for me, the highest form of love. And because we're here on this planet to learn to love each other and to love ourselves,
Yeah.
and radical acceptance is like the secret sauce.
I agree with that. It's like the gateway
Yeah, the
because wherever
gateway.
you withhold, like not just totally accepting what is, there's a holdback.
Oh,
To,
I see unassigned. Hang on a second.
oh, good.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to put you in room 5. And let me just take a look. All right, let me see where there's a few people. Room 3 died because I moved everybody around. Okay, I'm going to put you in room 6, dear. So it's good to know this. So it's at the very top. There's an unassigned. So I'm going to
Oh,
put
in your
yeah.
piece. Oh, join break room. Okay.
Please join.
Well, okay. Let me see what I got.
Bye-bye.
I'll do that too, Scott. I couldn't join before. I wasn't able
Okay.
to, but I could join now. But I'm so glad. I feel like God meant me to hear what you just said.
Oh,
That's
good.
such a blessing that I heard what you just
Is
shared.
that
It was
Grace?
perfect.
Is that Grace speaking?
Yeah, it is me speaking.
Okay, yeah, click
Also,
join room.
also, I have a question. What is that radical acceptance, and should it be there for the worst of the worst also, when we become aware of people who are really trapped in something like that?
Radical acceptance doesn't mean that we condone hurtful behavior.
Right.
Radical acceptance is what Scarlett did. Her son was murdered, but she accepted that this terrible thing had happened and committed to be a beacon of love. So the hard things that happen, what happens is sometimes we get stuck in running the story of, victim, this terrible thing happened to me, and now I'm crippled, or now I'm wounded, or now I'm less than. So radical acceptance is the acceptance of what is, including suffering. Doesn't mean we condone hurtful behavior, and we have empathy for the very real suffering.
And can we have an effect on people who are trapped that way?
Absolutely.
But even just like telepathy, do you think that we can, through prayer or something like that, have an effect if we're aware
Absolutely.
of people who are trapped in that way and not and doing harm.
Pray for Trump, pray for Putin, pray for them. And also, to be honest, as a coach, sometimes, I mean, I've worked in the prison system. I've worked with people who've done terrible things. And my not judging them. See, there's the being and there's the behavior. And our issues are with people's behavior, with their choices, not with who they are as a being. If we can still see the divinity of the being while acknowledging the hurtful consequences of the choices or the behavior that's the problem.
Right. And that makes it possible to pray for them. That's wonderful. That's right. That's really helpful. Also, I heard that you said about prisons, there was a wonderful thing where this, I think it was one or two, I don't know how many therapists were in a circle, formed a circle at the worst prison in the US. And they had all the convicts surround them in a big circle. And they named, I think they're called the seven, what are they called? The seven disadvantaged, I forget the term, but they then later identified there's seven also advantage ones. But seven disadvantages: abandonment, abuse, neglect, betrayal. I don't know, all these poverty, violence. I'm just making it. I'm not sure there, but seven of those. And as the prisoners in this circle heard what applied to them, they were to take a step forward towards the center. And as most of them took all the steps forward, some a few, some of them, all of them, and they began crying. And a whole number of them, for the first time, opened to therapy, and a significant number of them became able to be rehabbed back into society, and then do work that was kind of to make up for the harm they had done.
Wow,
to
that's
be
powerful.
integrate that way. Yes. And then some years later, another scientist person or psychologist person invented the term, seven advantageous things. So those people had none of the counter things. You could have the horrible abuse, neglect, and so on. But if you had empathy, or I'm making that up from a book I read that changed my life, but if you had empathy, or if you had some mentorship or something good that happened in the middle of the abuse, neglect, poverty, violence, etc., but there was a teacher or a mentor, but I don't know, there's a list of seven things. If they had one of those, that increased the odds of their not going the worst felon route and doing something better with their life.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. If you ever come across like the link or whatever to that, send it my way.
Okay, I'll look for it. And then there's a book by Alice Miller called Artist or Dictator, The Secret Hidden Key, I think it is. The Hidden Key, Artist or Dictator. And she does a whole study of Hitler, Stalin, and all those people. And then some people, Soutine, the painter Soutine, who suffered a great deal. And she said the difference between those who became artists versus those who became dictators or very cruel tyrants were the fact that there was a touch of empathy. And she said that someone like Hitler had nothing and had this horrible circumstance as a child. So did Stalin, and no one to break that, no one to bring a path out of that. And Soutine, who also suffered horribly, was beaten regularly, but through painting or through somebody coming to teach him painting or something, he had a path out of it. So that's an incredible book by Alice Miller. She's the one who wrote Drama, The Gifted Child, I think. She wrote a bunch of things. So
thank you for sharing that. I am kind of moving people around a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
thank you. It was very fascinating what you're sharing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for listening.
And yeah, if you ever come across that, please send it to me.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And thank you for what you shared. So do you want me to go click on those 4 boxes and go someplace?
Yeah, please
Okay.
do.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Reading. Hi, Sophia. Sophia, if you go upper right-hand corner, there's 3 little dots. Do you see where it says click to join? I've got you in room 4. You need to unmute, darling. Unmute and I can hear you. There you go, you're unmuted. But I'm not hearing you still. Do you see where it says click to join room? I've got you, you just have to click. There's going to be try in the upper right-hand corner, there might be 3 buttons, dots, that might tell you to do it. Well, I'm going to close the rooms in a couple of minutes anyway. Hello, dear ones. All of our friends will be coming back in a couple of minutes, in 16 seconds.
Scott, that was great.
Oh, good, good.
Thank you for doing that. I love breakout rooms, and we had great chairs.
Oh,
And
good.
even when you switched me, it was still good.
You know, I hope you don't mind, Eleanor Joy. I switched you because I knew you were somebody who could be adaptable.
It worked.
You know what they say, blessed are the flexible, for they shall not break.
Blessed are the adaptable, because they're good in every country.
Right. So welcome back, everybody. I know that some of you ended up in smaller rooms, but I would love to bring Laura on if I can find her. There she is. So I'm going to bring you on at co-host, and I would love to invite anybody who wants to. Oh, I clicked. Let me spotlight you. So if anybody is interested in sharing what they, kind of a highlight from their room, to make it easy, do that. You'll notice that on your computer screen, you can click where it says raise hand. And if you click raise hand, then you're going to come right to the front. I'll see that. And we would love to hear from some of you.
Yes, please.
And we'll start with Eleanor Joy. Hi, Eleanor Joy.
Eleanor Joy just unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So I was just telling Scott that I found that really helpful. And I really appreciate hearing what other people had to share. And I appreciated being able to share. And I think we all benefited from each other. And I was in 2 breakout rooms.
Oh, lucky you. What did you learn, Eleanor? Was there something that you learned that you didn't know before or that surprised you?
We're all in the same boat with anger issues of some way or frustration, and just tools to
how to manage that, like find the higher vibration, go from heart to heart with love, no matter what. And I for me, I set an intention for that, and it's just been happening automatically. I haven't even said, oh, now today I'm going to do this. It's happening with certain people automatically. So that's very nice.
Wonderful.
Eleanor
Oh,
Troy.
great. How I saw that in our group. I was with a group of 5 people, and the extraordinary capacity of love that everybody has and demonstrated and shared was lovely. Lorna, what happened? What occurred for you?
Well, a couple things. The first thing was when I lived in New York City, I walked out one day and a man was beating his dog. And I was horrified. I didn't know what to do. So I just stood there watching. And it felt like I was in some kind of neutral place. I don't know what took over me in a way. But I wasn't judging him. I was just watching. And he stopped. And so I brought it up because I was a little confused about it in the sense that it wasn't like the typical loving response or something like that. So there's one thing I wanted to share with everyone. And the other thing is what became clear in our group is that when you act, for example, the way Scarlett has, based on her tragedy, you take yourself out of victim mode. And you become empowered. And I'm not there yet in my own life with my own trauma drama, but I would love to be. Can't wait.
Recognizing that is so powerful, isn't it? It's such a freeing experience. That's beautiful, Lorna. Thank you so much for sharing. We have Jeffrey and is it Janine?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I loved it. Of course, the science. David Bohm. I've known his work, and and of course, moving into the science with Nassim, that I think it's so helpful to realize that what we're put out in the field is real. I mean, our thoughts, everything. So if we're putting out love, we're raising the vibration of the whole universe because we're connected to the whole universe. And and I always heard, what's forgiveness and letting go for? It's not for who the perpetrator. It's for us to forgive. That's to make our ability to stay in a higher vibration of consciousness. So, and obviously anger isn't as high a vibration as love. So that's how we're all coming together to help each other evolve. And there's so many amazing teachers out there. So many of them come here and talk about the healing, and we're all healing together. So, and I love the fact that we now have a field of understanding that we're connected to, an infinite field that we're part of and cannot not be part of. So that's thank you. I love the Holio movement. I think that's it's such it is a fractal holographic universe. We figured it out. The science is there. The math is there. Everything is connected to everything else. It's not even in question anymore. Nassim Haramein has written the physics, finished the work of David Bohm, who was a pioneer. And again, they threw him out. He had to go to South America because he had a brilliant idea, but standard thinking wasn't going to allow him to really present a great truth, which he has. So thank you I love the conversation.
Beautiful. And thank you for that. And that what you just said, Jeffrey, about each of our vibrations contributing to the global vibration, right? The vibration of the cosmos, and how when we choose love, it improves and increases the frequency that surrounds us. And right now we really need that, don't we? I mean, we're in such a divisive moment, and this is one of the things we talked about in our group was just how challenging it is to express love, and yet how much better we all feel when we do. What about you? Is it Atira?
Atira, yes.
Atira, Desert Rose. What a beautiful name. Hi,
My
Atira.
Burning Man Moffat. I learned 2 things. One was, they were, I think all 4 of us had listened to the monks and to the mantra of the Washington, D.C. And so, again, that I've been using that for the last 48 hours since I heard it. Let me be free of resentment and conflict, and then the other aspects of it. It's been so helpful to soothe the frustration I have with any particular friend of mine or something. That's one thing that we shared, and I thought that was a beautiful share. The second thing is that totally appreciating how my mother, who Jew, tossed out of Germany, most of the family murdered, she came to this country and refused to be a victim. She marched in, she fought for peace. She fought for racial equality. She fought, and my father was gay. She fought for gay equality. She did, and she taught that to me too. I've been marching since I was 16. So it, again, not being the victim, but saying the perpetrators need our compassion and our love as much as we who could be called victims or whatever we want to call ourselves. It's Scarlett is right on. Thank you.
Your mother was an extraordinary woman, Adira. Extraordinary. And so are you. Bless you for that sharing. It's absolutely gorgeous. Do we have time for one more or two
Let's
more?
do 2 more. We'll do
What do you
Zach and
think?
then we'll do Dia.
Okay. So Zach, hi there.
Hi. Listen, I just want to plead with Scotty to tell the story that he told in our breakout about his bathroom story. It's more powerful than he might realize. It was a very good story, and I just want to ask Scotty if he'll speak up about it.
Well, Scotty, you're on the spot. The spotlight is on you, Scotty.
Okay, am I unmuted there?
We hear you.
Okay, yeah. They were all incredible stories that we were sharing. But yeah, we're getting ready to play a gig, and I had to use the bathroom really bad. And before we played for the next couple hours, and I pushed the door to the men's room open, tried to, and it was like, what's going on in this door? So I just slammed it open. There's two guys in there. I'm not sure if they're making some kind of deal, whatever's going on. But one guy stayed behind as I went up to the urinal, and I don't know what he was gonna do to me. I don't know what his intention was, but I turned to this guy and I said he really wanted to fight, and I'm like, life's way too short to fight. And I don't know if my intention and love I sent behind it, and he just melted, and he's like agreed with it, and he went out anyways. But I think that was an incredible experience of just how that can change in a second, you know.
Just
Yeah.
gave him love instead of the fight that he wanted.
Yeah, he was, but he just got it. It's like it is true. Life is way too short to fight.
It's the same power that stopped the man from beating the dog, right? That sense of love that's
Yeah.
there. And when we exhibit that, and Scarlett's an expert on it, but I think we've all had those powerful moments where we've turned a negative feeling into a positive one and shared that either verbally or just through our hearts, right? And shifted the energy. And that's extraordinary, the capacity that we have for that. And Dia, you have your hand up and you're dressed so beautifully for Valentine's. Look at you with your gorgeous hat and your pinky red top, and you look amazing. Hi.
You need to unmute, Dia.
I said, thank you. That is really a sweet comment. And thanks, Scotty. Yes, I just had this was very soon that I had the opportunity. It was a couple of hours ago, about an hour before our program was supposed to start tonight. And I had spent a lot of time preparing. So I would have the meditation of Dr. Cat Lewis, whose class is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And I did what I so often, if not always, do. I drifted off. When I awoke when I was awake, I was so angry with myself. All my equanimity, all my love. It's all about love. Everything I feed myself with. And I was so angry with myself. One more time for doing that. And so the neat thing is the Bob Goodhart, who said to just stop it. And I put myself together in not too long. And I said, if we've got the command to be happy, and that's what it's all about, and love ourselves and love, switch it. I switched it. It took a while for it to really settle down, but I stopped it in its tracks, and I'm just so excited. And it's because I get to feed myself with all of you all the time, morning, noon, and night. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Scott, thank you for humoring me and letting us break into groups and get to know each other. I just think it's so much fun to get to share and to experience one another's presence and just thank you all so much. And
Let's give a big twinkle to Laura. And Laura, how do people join the Holo movement? Before we end this sequence, what do we want people? What's our call to action?
Well, I'm so glad you asked because Mariko Pitts is here to tell us all about that.
And let me bring her up. Where are you?
I'm right here. Yeah, I mean, it's simple. I mean, go to holomovement.net, join us. You can join our mailing list. There's so much happening. We also have the Wave, our annual event, which is going to be in Cascais, Portugal. It's right outside of Lisbon. And that's an incredible place where you really get to experience this love that we're talking about in that high frequency field. And just like the anthem that you saw with Kristen there and the performances we use is a beautiful story arc. It's a journey. And with that, the unspokenness is really about being in that love frequency at a high pace more of the time together, and then miracles start to happen. The things that happen at the Wave are incredible. But it's a beautiful journey mixed with artists and innovators and change makers and, the poets. It's just, it's an amazing place to be in the same field together and to see what beautiful passion projects that you want to stir off next together. And so that is May 29th to June 2nd. My dates are getting all crazy. I work on this every day and I'm always like, my dates again?
You got it right. Friday, May 29th, the weekend after Memorial
Yeah,
Day.
exactly.
Yeah,
And then you can go, so you can go to our website. Very soon we'll be launching our new ecosystem, which is incredible. It's going to be where you can actually feel and sense and connect and with all the people all around the world. We are now using conscious AI in a way, in a beautiful way, actually, to match make and to sense who's actually the most resonant with you. And so you'll be able to connect with people and that based off of your answers and your profiles that you're creating, actually, you might find that you guys are extraordinarily alike. So there's a lot that's happening, but you can see a bit of our map here, but this is actually going to shift into something really big in the next couple months. So just stay tuned. I would actually just join join the mailing list. There's so much going on and there's plenty of emails going on about the Wave. You can email us at hello@holomovement.net if you're interested in joining the Wave. There's plenty of things that we can do there and talk through. There's some scholarships that we'll be announcing soon as well. So yeah, find out more. Just go to the website. There's plenty there, but definitely join. Thanks, Scott. I love that.
Yeah,
absolutely. And so everybody, I just want to read it. Let me just read it slowly for people. It's because a lot of people are watching and so we need to read it slowly. It's holomovement.net, HOLOMOVEMENT, holomovement.net. And if you scroll down to the bottom, that's where you can join the email list. And
Yeah, and one more quick thing on Monday, you guys, at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, we have the Miracle Club. And the Miracle Club is every third Monday. And let's see, I'm going to try to put this right in here in the chat for you guys. But we have the amazing Will Keepin. I don't know, have you ever had Will Keepin on the show?
Oh, I have.
Amazing
He's wonderful. It's been a long time. It was
physicist,
several years ago.
mathematician, mystic, and he's going to be talking about some miracles in his life that actually shifted his entire path and where he's going. So once a month, Monday morning, third Monday of every month, we have the Miracle Club, and we have people talking about extraordinary experiences that change their lives and explain it with a little science included. So
Is that 9 Eastern or Pacific?
9 Pacific and noon Eastern. Hope I got that right. I was kind of trying to rush to get it in there. And I think I got it in the chat.
Fantastic. And thank you. I'm planning on being there. I've got it in my calendar.
Yay.
And thank you again, Laura. Thank you, Mariko. And is Scarlett still with us and Emmanuel still with us? Let me see if they're still here.
I think I saw Manuel there. Scarlett may have gone to bed. It's pretty late.
Nope,
where she
No,
is.
she's still here.
There
She's
she
still
is.
here.
Here.
There she
Yay.
is.
Yeah. So
There's amazing Scarlett. Yeah.
and Emmanuel.
Well,
Here we go.
there he is.
So let's just take a moment to thank our Holo Movement friends. I'm going to remove myself. Let's just send some love to these 4 people that have such a beautiful, important vision. And let's just all know that the Holo Movement is going to absolutely become a global phenomenon, and starting with thousands and then millions of people joining and waking up. And thank you all 4 of you for being with us. Stick around because we still have a lot of wonderful awakening world taking place, including what for me is, just the most wonderful thing. Kristen Hoffman is with us. And when Kristen is here, it's beyond special. So, of course, at this point, everyone knows Kristen Hoffman. And there she is. Hello, dear friend.
Hi, that was amazing. I'm feeling so much love flowing. And Laura, Emmanuel, Mariko, Scarlett, I just love you all so much. For those who are just discovering the Holo Movement tonight, dive right in. The waves are so incredible. Gift yourself this experience. You will not be disappointed. It is a love fest in action. And anyway, I'm feeling all the vibes, and the breakout rooms, Laura, was such a good idea.
Oh, good.
It was so wonderful to meet new people and be together in that way. Yeah. Pure
Nothing
love.
better than falling in love with new people, right? So I fell in love with 4 new people. I'm about 60, 70 new people tonight. So thank you guys. Okay, we're going to stay tuned, but we'll sign off now and give all our love to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, let's just all take a big breath together. Breathe in love, and then send love out to the world. So, one of the forms of love that I feel is most important for us all to tap into, not just people who consider themselves professionals, but all human instruments, is music. Music is like a liquid, living, breathing form of love that so quickly can remind us of that nature that we are. And as I've been listening tonight, I feel that we are all beings of love, and some of us have just shut down and we've forgotten. We can choose to reconnect, and we can reconnect to that source, that love, allness of who we are. And it can happen so quickly. And the vehicle of music is such an important way for us to really dive in and feel it again, right? Sometimes we just forgotten how to feel it. Love, the feeling of love could be very distant. And if you just let yourself to breathe it in, feel the music, feel the connection with each person in this room as you're listening. Feel the vision of us all being in a circle. We're sharing love. We're all informing the music. It's not just me playing music for you. You are part of it. I'm listening to your love. We're listening to each other's love. And that is going to come through in some form of music, which I don't even know what it's going to sound like yet, but we're going to discover that together. So here we go into I call it a solom, soul being light, om being the vibration of the universe, holo movement, love discovery, let's call it. And here we go. Let's see what happens. we're eternal kiss divine. We are incredible. Feel this hurt. Feel the compassion that moves through our heart like frequencies. Heart, these frequencies. Love will prevail. Love will prevail. We are infinite grace. We are infinite grace. Just remember. Just remember. Inner light. We are this inner light shining. Feel it shining. We are magical beings. Equanimity expanding. Harmony and joy. We are hearts open wide. Ooh, sisters, stars are shining. Spirits are connecting. Blessings are sounding. Divine, divine. Feel in your heart and know it. Even if you don't often show it, you can choose in this moment. You can choose to be reconnected in your system. You can choose to live it just like scarlet, nurturing, healing love. What a gift. What a gift from sweet Jesse. The Spirit, He moves through us. He carries a song. He reminds us of this sacred love song that we all belong in. We all are found in. We all are one in this hollow dance of infinite connection. Feel the whisper. Remember the truth of who you are. Feel the whisper. The sacred embrace of love. Feel the whisper. Remember the truth of who you are. Breathe it in. Diara said it, we are love. Breathe it in. We are love. Remember this truth of who you are. We are love. We are love. We are love. This nurturing, healing love. We are 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 love.
And some twinkles, some hearts, so much appreciation, love. Thank you, thank you.
Love you all so much. Thank you for sharing your visions, your dreams, and your knowingness of love into the space. Thank you, thank you.
Now, before I let Kristen go, first of all, thank you. As
I
always,
love you.
I love you too. Totally divine. And guess what? Once a month, something very, very wonderful and special happens. And it's the Kristen Hoffman Sonic Family Gathering. It's always on a Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. And guess what? It's tomorrow. Isn't that
It's
perfect?
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, which means that you got a little homeopathic dose of Kristen tonight, but you can get a whole like 75 minutes with her tomorrow. And here's how you do it. It's really easy. Go to her website, which is Kristen Hoffman. Notice there's two N's, Kristen Hoffman with two N's.com. And if you click here, payment and membership, you know, it's so important for us to support Kristen and her incredible work that she does. So there's many ways you can do it. You can pay for services, you can buy albums, you can do her virtual tip jar. So those are all things to explore. But definitely tonight, click Become a Member and become a member of her Sonic Soul family. And again, once a month, we all meet, and it's a wonderful gathering with usually two Christian musical experiences, and we chat about whatever topic of the month it is. And you can join for as little as $11 a month. So I really encourage everybody to join her Sonic Soul family. And this is how we support her. It's also how we get more Kristen. And it's a beautiful gathering. Of course, there are many people in our Zoom room right now that are part of her Sonic Soul family. And what's the theme for tomorrow?
The theme tomorrow is how we speak to ourselves. I thought it would be good in relationship for Valentine's Day because I fully believe that how we speak to ourselves within is indicative of how we love into the world and each other and how we speak to each other. It begins with how we speak to ourselves, both quietly within and when we're in our private spaces. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, we all look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And please do join everybody. I'll put the link in the chat box.
Thank you all so much. I love you all dearly. And I love you, Scott, and this beloved space. What a special, this space is love. If anyone has forgotten what love is in life, if they come here, they will remember immediately.
Twice a week, we get to remember love and to be in community. Yeah, absolutely. Love you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. But I'm going to stay a little longer.
Good. I hope so. Well, I'm going to move the Global Peace Tribe announcements to a little bit later since we're running late because I want to get to Liam and Heidi. Now, some of you met them before because they were on the show a few weeks ago. Heidi is a longtime friend of mine, and I have had the blessing of coaching her daughters and watching them grow up and working with Heidi. We've collaborated. She's a part of the Love Coach Academy. She is a brilliant coach, absolutely brilliant. She also is really good. If anybody you know is dealing with sobriety or attempting sobriety, she's wonderful in helping people who are in that particular challenge of life. And with her is her beloved Liam, who recently had a heart transplant. And so welcome, Liam. It's wonderful to have you with us. And I'd love to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by showing a little video, and hopefully we can get it to play properly. And here we go. And then we're going to have a chat with him.
The rain is gone. I can see all the roads in my way. I'm not wearing my glasses. Oh, okay. But I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all the roads in my way. I'm not wearing my glasses.
So cool. There we go. So welcome back to the Awakening World, both of you.
Why, thank you very much. It's good to be back.
Are you enjoying the show so far?
Very much so. Very much so. It's been really great.
Good. Well, I'd love for you to kind of maybe share the story and also the update, how, because I know that the last few weeks have been a bit of a roller coaster. So please let us share with us a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had heart difficulties since 17 or so. And I had my first heart attack when I was 29 years old. And I had a total of three of them. And through the years, it's kind of progressed into a lot of scarring in my heart. And then I developed AFib, and then I developed BTAC, and I got a defibrillator, and it just started that I was getting shocked a lot. And um, those shocks turned into from once a year to twice a year to 3 times, 4 times. And towards the end, which was about 4 months ago, it was to about 3 times a week. And then the doctors decided finally that the only option that we had left was literally to send me out from Hawaii to San Francisco to try to see if I was eligible for a heart transplant. And I guess the universe saw fit, and I was lucky enough to be deemed eligible. And so on, when was it? January 8th, I went into surgery, and on it's been a trip. I got out of the hospital on January 19th, and that video that you saw was the day after my surgery on January 9th. And for those who couldn't hear it, it was I didn't have my glasses on. And so I was saying, well, I can't see anything because I don't have my glasses, but I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. And it's definitely had its ups and downs so far. You know, it's been a real a lot of trials and triumphs between Heidi and myself. Heidi's been an amazing, extremely patient caregiver. It's not just a physical challenge. You know, there's a lot of medications. I'm on 35 different pills a day, and lots and lots of doctor's visits, and trying to push myself, and Heidi trying to push me, and in a loving way, of course. And a lot of different emotions, and a lot of different steroids, and a lot of different communication mishaps. And Heidi and I are both therapists. You know, we work with people on how to communicate with each other. And this is definitely PhD level. And we're learning, you know, how to communicate with each other on these levels. And it's been challenging, but you know, we're learning how to communicate with each other so that we can help others to communicate with themselves. And you know, there's really nobody else I'd rather do it with. And it's the hardest and most amazing thing that I've ever been through so far. I've had a ton of health issues in my past. It's challenging for me too, because like I see the blessing. I see the huge blessing. This is all I've wanted for the past X amount of years is, my God, give me a heart transplant, please. Because, you know, it's like it's been really hard for me to see where my future, I would think about my future and it would just stop at a certain point because I couldn't allow myself to see past X amount of years because I didn't think I'd make it that far. And so, especially with Heidi, you know, it was really hard for me to see our future going far. And so now it's there, and I'm still stuck in that, you know, the pain of the physical, because you know, they literally saw your chest open. And so getting up and down out of the chairs and trying to walk. And I have days where it's either I'm dizzy or I'm in pain or I'm exhausted. And she doesn't know who she's waking up next to that day, and uh, I'm usually very soft with her. And so sometimes the medications don't play very nice with her emotions. And, there's a lot of me trying to be as loving and sweet as I can. And I don't match who I'd like to be. So there's just a whole lot of new learning that I have to, well, that I get to, I should say, a whole lot of new learning that I get to put in place to become the best partner that I can be. I'm just grateful that it's with Heidi.
Thanks for sharing, Liam. It has been probably one of the most challenging experiences we have definitely been through. I've been through. And I think love is such a big topic. I can think of, I have two daughters, and they're the only big commitment, unconditional love I've ever had in my life. And everything else has been disposable except my two children, including relationships. And I prayed before I met Liam because it was my heart's desire to have that kind of love and commitment for a man. And I never had it before. I have had wonderful relationships, but I've never had that kind of all in love no matter what. The only thing I can compare it to is my kids, and be careful what you pray for. So he was delivered. And we have gotten to share that love. And there's a song, I Get to Love You. I love that song because that is how I feel. Sometimes he tells me I feel like a burden, and I'm like, I get to love you. I don't have to love you. And it's been precious being able to love him, and it's pushed all my edges, and it allows us to talk about any kind of thing. I think one of the tools we use the most is we're committed to every day owning our own part, and we share that with each other. And I know from counseling couples for 25 years, most couples come in and they start blaming each other. Well, you did this and you did that, and I felt this way, and that's how they all start, right? And I think one of the skills we'd like to share, and that we literally have to use every day, and we are committed to using every day, is to check in with each other and to own all the things that we think we did that impacted the relationship. And it is a way to build trust, because you don't have to call your partner out. They see themselves. You get to know and trust that they care how they impact you. And we really have that. And that has been a lifeline for us through this experience. I can see where today I may have gone over that line of caregiving into codependency, or I may have said it in a tone that was blaming or shaming rather than encouraging. And we check in with each other, like, how can I be your cheerleader? When do you need me to shut up and not say a word and just watch you in your pain? And it's a very fine line when your relationship crosses all these boundaries, because we chose for me to be his caregiver. I have worked my butt off since I've been 15 years old, and right now I'm seeing maybe 4 or 5 Zoom clients a week. So if you need Zoom help, I'm very happy to help. It helps me get out of our situation a little bit, but it's been minimal, and I've been dedicated to supporting him. And we both kind of thought, why would he need that? Why would he need a full-time caregiver? They don't prepare you. They don't prepare you for how much care is needed. It's true. It's true. We had no idea how much recovery this took, and the fallbacks. Like, he had a fall. He blacked out 2 weeks ago. Didn't even remember it, but fell, hit the toilet, broke his nose, crushed his ribs. He didn't break them, thankfully, where the incision site was. But it's terrifying. I went in and saw him. He was non-responsive with his eyes open. I'm freaking out, thinking he's having a seizure or that I lost him altogether. And it just adds new layers to fear and love and how to show up. And I think, the show's gone way over. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we're so appreciative to be here. We're so committed to loving each other. We're committed to love on the planet. Was so touched by all the shares tonight, and the music, Kristen and Scarlett. My heart and your compassion is just so touching, and we just feel that bigger vision for people on the planet, and how do we love each other well. I mean, that's what we're committed to in our work, the Cohesion Project. And we love giving help, and right now we're humbled to ask for help.
I've brought Scarlett and Kristen on camera with you and with you both, because I'd love to ask all of you really a question, but we'll start maybe with Liam and Heidi, and I'd love to hear the answer from Scarlett and Kristen. When you're facing hard stuff, what are spiritual practices that have supported you? Maybe start with Liam and Heidi.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
When we face hard stuff, what are the spiritual practices that we lean on?
Oh, I can absolutely. The first thing that I do is pause. And the second thing I do is absolutely every single time I put myself in Heidi's shoes. Absolutely every time. I always try to see how I would feel if I was Heidi after, I try to do it before. I try to do it before. If not, then I do it right after. And that always gives me the perspective of how I could have done it better. And it gives me the humility to be able to apologize from a place of understanding, where I can sincerely give her the understanding that I completely comprehend where I could have done better.
Yeah, I have to say that has been the biggest gift in our relationship, for him to bring that to me, and such a skill and such a gift that many people don't have. And I deeply appreciate that about you, Liam. And spiritually, we do a reading every day together, and we discuss it and share only our perspective. We never give comments back and forth in that space. It's just what it brings up for him, what it brings up for me. And then we do a meditation quiet, and then we set a timer and do our meditation, and then we share with each other what happened in our meditation. And it's just a way for us to stay connected and intimate. I draw a lot on prayer. I've been a lot of visualization of picturing the vibration in his body shifting, and picturing all the cells, and the vibration in my body and picturing all the cells, and just something intimate. I always picture a figure 8 of light around us, and that helping, and I picture that in our meditation. And a lot of compassion. We give each other a lot of bandwidth, because again, this is a harder situation than either of us could have been prepared for. And just grace, like giving each other grace is a spiritual principle we've been practicing right now.
Beautiful. It's such valuable to hear. And Scarlett, I'm putting the spotlight on you for a moment. What are some of your spiritual practices that you'd be willing to share?
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, Liam and Heidi. It was deeply inspiring. I visited your website during that time, and you all are living your purpose and your message every day, especially in this latest challenge. It's really incredible. So thank you for that. I do very similar things. I pray a lot. I have a great faith. At least I try to overcome my doubt. And one of the practices that I think about a lot is loving your neighbor as you do yourself. And I feel like when we do that, that cultivates empathy. And it's easier to forgive and come to compassion. I also label my body. I think that you all are probably familiar with Dr. Emoto's work, Miracles in Water. So I have a ring right now that says nurturing, healing, love on it. And, Heidi, you talked to Liam's cells, and I totally believe in that. I believe in our bodies' ability to heal itself. And so I love my body. I just, give myself hugs and thank myself for showing up, thank my body for being strong and for always being there for me. And, getting up every morning and facing every challenge that I've ever had. Probably my greatest strength, though, I believe, is my faith. I literally have experienced miracles and including writing in the sky and different things. I'm so grateful for that. So it's very similar. And it's constant, right?
Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you. And Kristen, we have such great respect for you. And we always see you kind of in your glory, but you're having a human experience. And when it's hard, what are some of your practices that you do?
Well, thank you for asking. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to Liam and Heidi. I feel what you have been modeling through your very authentic sharing tonight with us. Modeling love. I loved, Liam, how you said you slow down and you ask yourself, what would Heidi be thinking right now? I mean, that just in itself, if we could all just practice that, I'm going to remember that and really see if for the next week I can do that when I get challenged. And Heidi, I love that you're talking to all the cells. And I think both that kind of macro awareness and the micro going to the cellular level is so important. So thank you both so much. I feel blessed by the teachings that you've shared with us from your own lived life experience right now. That is definitely not easy, but very beautiful on many levels as well. I feel that in my own life, meditation has played an important role, but even just simpler than meditation, something I'm just working with right now is every morning I say to myself, if anything comes today that triggers me or doesn't make sense, I give myself permission and I'm cueing myself to slow down. I'm a big fan of slowing down because I think a lot of our non-loving actions and speech happens when we're going too fast and life is moving so fast and things are happening so fast these days. And so slowing yourself down and breathing, and it doesn't have to be a whole meditation, just breathing, taking a few breaths, coming into the present moment, and then discerning. So I tell myself every morning, if something comes today that doesn't make sense or activates me, I'm going to slow down, I'm going to breathe, and then discern. And to me, that just cues me right up for any misunderstandings, because I don't even have to know what it is or how I'm going to react. As long as I slow down and I breathe, then I am much more able to discern. So my little simplest tip. What I've been practicing.
I wanted to jump in quick just because I don't want to forget again with her saying what I call a sacred pause. And Liam mentioned one of his skills is pausing. And I love acronyms. And the acronym for pause is postpone action until serenity enters. And I love that so much.
Say that again. Say it again.
Postpone action until serenity enters. That is the acronym for pause.
Wow. Maybe someone can type that in the chat so we can save it. That's beautiful.
That is brilliant. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Thanks for sharing, Kristen. Thank you, Scarlett, for sharing. Pleasure. Well, first of all, I want to thank some of our Global Peace Drivers that have already supported Thank you, Susan Woolridge, Mark Danisovsky, beloved Omashar, Lorna, Bonnie and Roger. Appreciate any of you. And somebody named Anonymous is very active in supporting. So I want to start by acknowledging those of you who have already supported. And of course, they are on GoFundMe. And if you go to GoFundMe, I'm going to put the link into the chat box. But for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, just go to GoFundMe. And if you put in Liam's life-saving, boom, it comes right up. He's the only Liam with life-saving going on right now. So it's pretty easy to find him on GoFundMe that way. And, you know, any donation means something. You know, when you're in a situation like this, even if it's $5 or $10, just seeing that someone took the time to donate really makes a difference. So I really want to encourage everybody to please be generous. And I also want to remind you that when you click in, you know, whatever you're to donate, I'm going to give them $111 again. If you scroll down here, you don't have to give GoFundMe anything, actually. I'm sorry, GoFundMe, but I prefer for my money to go to Liam and Heidi. So you take this little toolbar and you just can put it, I mean, you can keep it at whatever level you want, but you can actually take it all the way to the bottom. So that's a way that you can continue to support them if you don't want to give a big chunk to GoFundMe. And again, I appreciate the service that GoFundMe provides, but I just want to let people know that, because I've had people in the past say, oh my God, I had to give 18% to GoFundMe. Well, no, you didn't actually. So now we know how to handle that. And, you know, thank you. And of course, green energy is really important, but I'm going to remove myself for a moment. And I want us to all send our prayers and our love. Let's have a minute or two of sending maximum grace to Liam and his big, beautiful new heart, and maximum grace to Heidi, because it is very challenging to be a caregiver. And always remember the caregivers and give equal support to the caregivers as you do to the person who's going through the challenge. So maximum grace to both Heidi and Liam. Maximum grace to you both. Maximum grace. Love you guys. And definitely let's keep you coming on the show maybe once a month just to track your progress, raise a little more money. And, you know, thank you for being so honest and just sharing your experience with us. It's really, really beautiful.
Thank you for having us. It's amazing tonight. Everything's so precious.
Thank you, Scott.
Well,
Thank you.
you're giving a beautiful example of true love. True romantic love is through sickness and through health and through challenges and thick and thin. So thank you for demonstrating that for us. Thank you. We're going to stay right in this beautiful quality of prayer. And I'm going to bring up Diara to lead tonight's prayer.
Mm. In this beautiful silence, caressing this frequency of love, the depth of love that we see in the deep care for each other, the depth of love that we feel in unimaginable forgiveness, the ability to see beyond what appears to be real and moving that into the truth of love that knows no separation.
We know that love is the substance that holds everything together, that the space in between everything is love. And we know that our ability to forgive and love transcends time and space. And so we send these prayers out to those beyond the veil, as well as those in our immediate field, and always bringing it back to ourselves. Just beautiful love and forgiveness. Knowing that in every moment we choose, we respond, we reflect, and we refine so that we may choose again. And just feeling the palpable joy, the palpable love that's here, sending this out to those in the room, on the live stream and beyond. And we have so much gratitude for this container, this family, these friends who have become family, for the joy that we receive through music and the love that we are. And so it is.
Let's have a couple minutes of silence. I'm going to go to gallery view. And this is where we just come together as a community, and you can put into the prayer field anyone you wish to pray for, including yourself. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Diara. I want to just acknowledge that many of us on Wednesday afternoon, had the pleasure of tuning in and watching via Becky Suzik's Zoom room what was happening with the monks, the walking monks, when they finally made their way to Washington, D.C. And it was very, very beautiful. And I'm bringing that up because we're going to do a little something. We're going to bring Fanny and Vigari up in a moment to close us out. But I want to open it up to anything that anyone wants to share. It's Valentine's night. We're all sharing our community with each other. We are in this beautiful community with each other, which is amazing. So if anyone wishes to express what love means to them, an inspiration that they've had, just please raise your hand that way so that you'll kind of come to the front. And we just want to open it up so that any of our community members that want to share an experience of love, similar to like Scotty Satori did a little bit earlier. Is there anyone who wishes to share tonight? Everyone's feeling shy. Up, Diara. Okay.
I actually had two things I wanted to share. The first one, I'm going to go to gallery view. When Emmanuel was speaking, back in the day when we just discovered that tables weren't solid, that everything was held together from with space, I remember telling my students that yes, and that space is love, and someday we'll be able to measure that. And now here we are. And the other thing I wanted to share, especially with Scarlett still being here, I believe, I shared this with you a few years ago, Scott. I was in session once, many years ago, and this was right after the Columbine shootings happened. And I was working with a client, and all of a sudden, through the ethers came these two spirits, these two souls. And I stopped, and I knew it was the two boys from Columbine, the ones that perpetrated. And they came and they said, "What about us? Like, where's the forgiveness for us?" So Scarlett, bless you when you mentioned that, and I wanted to share this and know that this goes so much beyond what we can even imagine.
Thank you. There's so much that we don't understand and that we haven't been told, especially about Columbine. I have a new podcast that just came out, Choosing Love for Authentic Power, that discusses that. And when you listen, you're just surprised at the empathy that you feel, even for those who can do such heinous things because of their experience. I mean, obviously they learned that somewhere, and they were in a tremendous amount of pain. I think that's beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Thank you again, Scarlett. And Scarlett, can you put into the chat box one more time your website, please? Great, thank you. And I'll show that to everybody so that our friends on Facebook and YouTube can see it.
The other thing, Scarlett, too, I remember Daryl Scott, the father of one of the first children killed at Columbine, went and testified to Congress and talked about forgiveness. This was so many years ago. So just really honoring the courage that it takes to forgive at that level.
Yeah, Daryl Scott's daughter, I'm friends with him. His daughter was the first student killed. And that story, if you all are interested, is also phenomenal. And there's this sort of a spiritual awareness in that story. 2 years later, he moved a dresser and found her handprint. She had traced her hand on the back of her dresser. And she said, one day, this hand is going to have touched millions of people. And on that day, they found that they had just reached 2 million people with Rachel's Challenge program. So, and it's really the same in my situation and other situations that I hear. There's this spiritual awareness. And once again, we're all one and we're all connected. It's actually beautiful, even though it's almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
That's an extraordinary story. Thank you for sharing it, Scarlett. Thank you. And we're going to call on Christine in a moment, but I want to just point out people to Scarlett's amazing website. It's chooselovemovement.org. chooselovemovement.org, and I encourage everybody to go there. It's February. This is Choose Love Awareness Month, and there's a lot of resources, videos with Scarlett, events, a Choose Love ebook. So everybody go to chooselovemovement.org. And again, thank you for what you just shared, Dear, and thank you, Scarlett. It's wonderful to have you on the show, and I sure hope you'll be on the show again sometime.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Christine Hodel is in the audience, and that's wonderful. And I've kind of noticed you, and I'm really happy that you've raised your hand. Christine, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Scott, so much. This has been beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm delighted to have been here with you all. I'm inspired to say something about love here. And to me, love is not something I do. It's all about what I am. This is about being presence itself. Love is presence. And that's what heals. Because when we accept when we are with in a very how to say it? It's a very precious knowing our presence. And that precious knowing knows and delivers what we need as it can come for each of us in every moment. And we don't have to effort with it. And some people's journeys are harder than others at times. And yet, over my many decades of being with presence in that way, in my own life and what I've had to face, and with my clients and friends and the spirits of lost people who are inside the earth, trapped. All I've had to do is be present there and hold the grids together, or to help free them through the connection and the presence of being itself. You know, it's not a personal thing at these levels, and we all are this. We're all this. So that's why I'm speaking up right now, because this is us. We can expand our totality of awareness to these places that can gift so much to this world. And I want to thank everybody who's here tonight and all the people who have spoken and who have been sharing their beauty and their joy and their pain or feelings. So thank you. Thank you.
Christine, it's wonderful to have you with us. And thank you for that beautiful reminder about the power of presence.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to Fanny and Vigari. I want to make a couple of quick announcements. For those of you in the San Francisco Bay Area, there's going to be a Soul Search Enlightenment Expo coming up in Redwood City. It's going to be February 28th and March 1st. February 28th and March 1st. And the Soul Search Enlightenment Expos are wonderful. So it's a Saturday and a Sunday. They've got great speakers. You know, most of these speakers you've actually seen on our show when we've had Soul Search collaborations: Chris Valentine, Anastara, Dennis, and of course, John Gray, one of our favorites. So they'll all be there on Saturday. And then yours truly will be there on Sunday. We will make it a Sacred Sunday show on March 1st at 12 noon. So if at all possible, join us live in Redwood City, but I'll also send out the link and you'll be able to join us on the Sacred Sunday show that day. So please do, if at all possible, come to Redwood City and definitely put in your calendar Sacred Sunday show on March 1st. Be a good way to kick off March at 12 noon. All right, I am going to bring up another couple that we love and adore. I was so happy that Fanny and Vigari were available to be with us on Valentine's night. And before you play your beautiful harp and guitar, tell us your musings on love. What do you want to share about love?
Well, once again, it's a pleasure to be on the Awakening World. And thank you, Scott, for this opportunity to share with all of you.
Hey, Vigari, did you turn your main mic back on?
Yeah.
Okay. You're a bit quiet, Vigari, so shout,
Yes,
please.
you are quiet.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me better now?
It's
Yeah.
still soft, a little bit better, so.
Okay, so it's just.
Yes, we're going to turn the volume up a little bit here.
Okay, try that.
And now,
Try
let's
that.
see.
This way. I just did not too. Okay, go.
Okay, here we are. Yes. Well, happy Valentine's, everyone. And for us, for me anyway, love is kind of the unifying force that keeps us all together. It's the animating force, I think, that controls the universe, that enables the universe to keep on being what it is and expanding and evolving ever and ever into more and more wondrous ways of being. And it's what keeps us together.
Exactly. Love is so magical. Love is so beautiful. And I think we are learning, I am surely learning the shadow side, the solar flares and all that is coming at us. I really, truly, I am walking my best, walking my talk of my being the best lover I can, the lover for me, the lover for the world, and the lover for the presence. And what better way to sing a song, and this best way to create is with our music, create the loving we do together.
Yes, and what we're being called upon to do in this time in history is basically to step back from judgment, to step back from knee-jerk reactions, and choose love. Put love into the mix in whatever situation we find ourselves in.
Well, now you're talking, Gary. I see you're good. Yeah, it's all about love tonight, and I'm on fire. I'm telling you, you're on fire. Wow. Yeah, I know it's the year of the dragon, but we're moving on to the horse on fire and passion. So let's share some loving. All right.
The year of the fire horse.
We are the fire horse, but you're the dragon, and we love you. So here we are. Music is flowing. Music is reaching for higher ground, reaching for higher ground. Music is flowing, reaching for higher ground. Music is love, love, in all the colors, in harmony with the waters. It swirls carefully between the skies, showered with blessings from the come in passion, spread your light in the dance of the beyond, in the dance of the lost, reaching in, reaching out. Drink of this sweet nectar, reaching in and reaching out to the divine within. Music is flowing, reaching for higher ground, reaching for higher ground. Music is flowing, reaching for higher ground, reaching for higher ground, reaching for higher ground. Your love, your love, your love is high, like the deep blue sky. Your love is pure, like a starry night. Your love is deep, like the deep blue sea. Your love is pure, like the sunlight. Like your smile, love heals, like the pure sunlight. Your love heals, like the reaching for love. Music is flowing, reaching for higher ground. Music is flowing, music is love, reaching for higher ground. In all the colors, music is flowing, reaching in and reaching for higher ground. From the divine within, music is flowing, reaching in, reaching out. From the divine higher ground, music is flowing, reaching for higher ground, for higher ground. Music is love, reaching for higher ground. Music is flowing, reaching for higher ground. Music is flowing, reaching for higher ground, reaching for higher ground. Music is flowing, reaching for.
I thought I was muted. Was I? Okay, there we go. And I just gave the winning lottery numbers that came through, but I don't remember them now. Hey, everybody, we can get all things Fanny and Vigari by going to starchild.ca. And also want to really encourage everybody to get their Awaken 1111 album. You can go to Bandcamp and find it there. And anything you'd like for our audience to know, Fanny?
What did you say?
Is there anything you'd like the audience to know about your current offerings?
Oh, our current offerings is all love. Go to the starchild.ca and scroll around and find whatever. We also designs, we make music, we make readings, we play the music. We are so gifted, and we are here to share the gifts. So give us a click, and we will answer with love and light and joy. And thank you for having us on this show tonight. It was so inspiring to be here on this magical night. Thank you.
Yes, what a privilege.
Oh, it's so wonderful. It's so beautiful, the people sharing their journeys. And
Yes, and so many wonderful moments this evening.
Yeah.
My heart is just filled with love.
So is mine. So is ours.
All right, well, I'm going to bring up some of the people that made tonight so wonderful. In no particular order, of course, beloved Diora, thank you so much. And Omashar, we only had one Omashar song tonight because we had so much music.
I was singing all along. We are all part of the music. Thank you.
And of course, our beloved Kristen Hoffman, who's still awake, even though it is past midnight and she has not turned into a pumpkin. I was watching as it turned at midnight. It's like, is she going to still look like that? But she maintained that, so I'm happy about it.
I've broken my little rule since the new year that midnight is my latest bedtime, but it was worth it. There was so much love. I had to just cheat a little bit.
Well, I'm really glad you did. Thank you, beloved.
Yeah, and let me just say thanks, Kristen, for being such a wonderful musician and such an inspiration to all of us musicians.
Yes.
The feeling is mutual. I love you both so much, and thank you for getting the music flowing through our hearts, literally. Blessings.
And also staying up late tonight, Laura and Emmanuel. And God bless you both and the work you and Mariko and everybody are doing with the Holo movement. Such powerful work. And of course, our beloveds, Heidi and Liam, we are going to keep you in our prayers. And in
Thanks for having us tonight.
It's wonderful to have you with us. And thank you for everybody who donated to them. And please share the GoFundMe. I'm going to put in the chat box one more time. Please share it out, donate, and keep them in your prayers. And we will be back on Wednesday night. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's a wonderful day to practice seeing the divinity in all. That is love. Love is compassion. The highest form of love is compassion. So let's all practice compassion for ourselves and for each other. Good night, everybody.